There must be darkness before light can shine. We're giving a voice to the voiceless, and we are honoring those and those left behind who have given the ultimate sacrifice. So we the people, raise up your glass. There will be no fear here, where light is eternal. You have found the two-step tribe. Welcome home.
In the glow of a screen, with hope in our hearts, celebrating freedom, we'll play our parts. From football fields to the ring of a fight, we hold our heads high in this American life. Raise up your glasses, a toast to the night. For service and sacrifice, we shine a light. With boots on the ground, we're proud and we cheer. Together we stand with no room for fear. Here's to the heroes remembered in song. With every sweet note, let our spirits grow strong. In unity, laughter, we'll rise and we'll pray for freedom and honor, come what may.
Hello, how are you doing out there? This is Two-Step Tribe. I am Tracy Two-Step, Uncle Rhino in here. How are you doing? How's it going out there? Grab your loved ones, your friends, your family, share, like, subscribe, your cat, your dog. Tell them all, click the little bell, say hello, be friendly out there. It's how's it going over there? We got Uncle Rhino in the house, just back from NOLA.
NOLA down there rocking the House of Blues, having a big time. What'd you think about it, T?
Well, I think that I came back smarter. So it's very educational.
When we go places, we learn things. It's like that line off of Game of Thrones. I drink and I know things.
I definitely, someone else said, I said, well, I thought it was educational. I actually came back smarter. So I think that's a good thing. I met a lot of great individuals in the music industry. There's pieces of it that you just don't think about. But, you know, loving songwriting, you got to think about other pieces, everything that goes behind it, and the other people that are working behind doing shows, getting things into shows and tech. I really appreciated being around other people who understood the work that goes into that. So a shout out to everyone out there at Cutting Edge and Springboard. And thank you for having all of us. Love to say that one. I know that, Uncle Rhino. How about you?
Agreed. And it was good to spend some time with the New York faction of the tribe and the Miami faction of the tribe. We had Orlando in the house. We had Texas in the house. We brought Texas with us. We brought a pretty strong contingency of Texas over to represent. So that was it was always good bringing everybody together and letting them share space.
We did. We had Callie in the house too. We had it going from coast to coast. You name it. I see you there.
Maui. And Maui. We brought in. Yep. We brought in Cash. Cash Monroe came in from Maui and Lahaina.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So listen, when it comes to tribe, it's all over the place. So that's why we say reach out, get engaged, say hello. I see you over there on the other one, BJ. You know that you can come over there on YouTube. Everybody check out YouTube. Two-Step Tribe. It's easy. The number 2, don't spell it. Two-Step Tribe. That's pretty easy on YouTube. And come join in with us. You can interact with us as well. We have our 2 powerhouse guests. Uncle Rhino, can you hear me?
I can hear you good.
Okay. I'm making sure. We got our sound guy saying that I'm going to have to speak up because you're so loud that I'm drowning out.
I can do like this and still be loud.
That's what he said. Yeah, we have a call. Radio. Shout out to our radio partners, our network partners, for you as well. We taking care of business tonight. Uncle Rhino, two powerhouse women, literally. We've got Songbird Sheri, which you got to go there recently, and we have Victoria Tyler. And I just got to spend a lot of time around Victoria Tyler, and I can tell you, I'm bringing Victoria back, by the way. So Victoria and I are going to do a special edition and get into some more of her story. And I bet you anything after I get to know Songbird Sheri, that's actually going to happen too. So I say we go ahead and bring up our guests, and let's just make this a party.
Let's bring them home.
Let's bring it in. Here is Songbird Sheri. Welcome to the show, Songbird Sheri. How are you?
I am good. I love you, darling, but it's Sheri. Make sure they know who I am. I
You
beat
beat
you.
me
I
to
beat
it.
you. I know. It's a tough one, but just think of it's French. Mon Cherie.
Yeah, well, when you're in Texas, it's Sherry. When you're over here, it's Cherie. Yeah.
I know better.
That is
People
true.
like, what? And we have the lovely Victoria Tyler. There
Hello.
she is, straight out of the heart of Boston. That's rock.
Yes.
No fancy ways to pronounce it. Just Victoria.
Just plain old.
There you go.
Just okay. That's that. I got that. It is like Mon Cherie. So Cherie.
That is correct.
Thank you for joining us. I knew that, but my darn country self just got a hold of me.
It's all right. It's all right.
I hear
Well,
you're there. So, all right.
Well, just
right.
like if you're in South Louisiana, it's Lafayette. But if you have the exact same, there's a town spelled exactly the same in Tennessee, and everyone up there calls it Lafayette.
That is true.
And I said the what? And they said Lafayette. And I said the who? And they said Lafayette. And I said, okay. I'm not at that point. I'm not even gonna try to mess with them. It's just we're gonna ride with it.
Hey, Matt, I see you over there for joining. All of you over there on that other platform. I'm bouncing back and forth. If you can, check on over at YouTube, another platform. You can engage. You can send us. There we go. There's one of my babes there. Hey, Jimmy Ninja Cowboy it up right there, saying hello to Sheri.
Hey.
Hello. He's saying hello to all of us. There he is, Victoria. So what I'd like to do right now is Mrs. Songbird. She does go by Songbird, everyone. This is not just a thing that I'm calling. And yes, Jimmy Ninja, he met all those kids at the Songwriters promotion you just had, literally. So before NOLA, we have to back up a minute because Uncle Rhino was just at an event that you had for songwriting. That was a beautiful event. So how are you feeling? You've got to be rested now.
A little bit better, yeah. It was I was riding on the high though. It really was. I mean, you can contest to that. It was just awesome. It went off without a hitch. Everybody had a good time, and it was part songwriter, but it was part artist. But really, the whole theme of it was getting down to the business of music. Business meaning the business side. We were there to teach how to, from early stages of your career to even seasoned artists. We all pulled away with something wonderful from all the VIP industry pros that I had come in and share with us everything from sync licensing right into traveling, what to do, how to do it, copyright, and then sharing good songwriting skills. And stage present was off the charts when Uncle Rhino got on there with Celeste, and they tore it up. It was on fire. So we had a wonderful experience from education right on into a concert in the evening with an after party. It was a lot of fun.
Amazing. I was lucky. I got to keep up as it was going on. I was receiving multiple people were sending me little clips, messages, pictures. So I was so grateful to see what was going on. And I'm actually happy to know I started trying to figure this out. We'll have to connect on the back channel, but it's a little further than I thought because you're not in San Marcos, you're in New Braunfels, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 15 minutes, a little further. Yeah, not bad.
Not bad at all, but we'll have to connect. But as far as that event and everything that you're doing, thank you for what you're doing. And
Oh,
then
you're
as
welcome.
far as going forward, Uncle Rhino, I'd like to turn it to you because you were there at that event. And we got Victoria here. I'm going to get to Victoria too. But I'd love for Uncle Rhino to take the helm here and ask some questions or give us information because you were there.
Uh, there's a couple of statements I want to make that's really clear. Sheri is tribe. Okay. And that's something everybody far and wide needs to know. She is tribe. And she put her and her entire family through in, and they put on a tremendous, incredible event that was absolutely beautiful. It people of New Braunfels are beautiful. The hill country is always going to be near and dear to my heart. But they stepped up and they put something together with some beautiful folks, and she did it all out of love. There was no ROI, no return on investment. It was all done to make the music universe better and give these kids a place to shine. And so I
Right.
can't think of anybody that has more relevance in what's going on in the state of Texas when I see people that are stepping up and doing that without one hand giving while the other one's wanting something to take back. I just saw her giving with both hands, and that's why it was easy for me to go stand beside her. And so I was proud to be included. I was honored to be asked. I asked you at the end of the night, did we do what we needed to do for you? And that's all I cared about is the way we gave them something to think about and unpack when they went home.
That's right. We did.
You sure did.
More than what you expected. It was really magical, and have had nothing but tremendous feedback on it, and people saying, when's next year? What are we doing? So they're already planning my future for me.
You got
Well,
it.
that's good. And the tribe wants to support you with what you're doing. And as well as we need you and your skill set as a good, as equal member and member, we need you to help out on that side of Texas because it's a big place and it's a lot of ground to cover and a lot of people need what we're doing. And we have the September 27th event coming up next month in Conroe. And so I'd like for you and Tracy to huddle up on that on a back channel. Make sure we have the Hill Country's presence over there in East Texas. You know,
Yeah.
my takeaway with what I saw, some amazing people like Sheri said on the Brandon side. I was extremely impressed with Eagle Nest Records. Though that's owned and operated by Marine veterans. Very, very pleased. Love the entire culture. That's what we're all trying to change. So when you recognize the right culture, they had it in spades. Beautiful people, very kind. Um, of course, I love seeing my old radio buddies Buzz and JB Cloud. If the three of us could have been left alone by ourselves and somebody left a bottle of bourbon open, we might have just kept the party going till right about now. But
No
they're
doubt.
they're all, yeah, they're awesome, beautiful guys. Um, Everything that she put together, there was a lot of talent. There was a tremendous amount of young talent that's just breaking ground, still in the process of self discovery, but the talent's undeniable. And they were all shining in their own way the other night. I was super pleased, and she hit it right on the money, and she had something absolutely beautiful. And the hill country of Texas should be thanking Songbird Sheri Swartz for what she contributed because the universe of music got a big leg up right there in that little spot in Texas that night.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
And I want to pivot it over to this young lady. I'm gonna get her to take some of the lead, but I'm going to instigate because this is what Sheri missed. She wasn't able to make it down there to New Orleans. But I'm gonna pivot it and flip the script now. I'm gonna ask Victoria a question, then I'm gonna ask Tracy one. Tracy gonna get interviewed too. But go walking in now. Now, Victoria, you'd already been to the San Diego Springboard, so you already saw how we roll on the West Coast. So you had that kind of vibe, and you already had you'd already been to New Orleans before, you
A
know.
long time ago. Yeah.
Yep. And so we always bring extra flip flops in case we ever travel like that. That's very important.
I do now. Yes.
That's just a note to self for
Yes.
future references. Yes. But going to New Orleans, you know, how was it? How was it like what you thought it would be when it all collided and came together?
Do you mean compared to San Diego? Or,
Yes.
No, this one was different. This one, because we had the cutting edge component there. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's why. Yeah, so this we got to be exposed to the business side a lot more, you know, and we got to, well, I mean, especially, I mean, the whole lawyer side of it was actually really helpful to me because I got to talk to some lawyers, actually like 3 of them, about an issue I was having over drinks after one night. I got to talk, like, just to get a different perspective and not just, talk to the musicians. That was interesting. Yeah, no, it was different.
If you buy the drinks, people don't know that but a round of drinks is a lot cheaper than a $500 retainer. So, I mean, if you're going to buy the drinks, you get that's the cheap way to get your initial consultation. Yeah.
No, it was funny. They're looking at what I was talking. No, I brought up something, and they're like, "No, you don't do this. Don't do that." I'm like, "I already did it, guys. I already signed it." And like, no, but don't do this. I already did it. Don't. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But lawyers are so funny. They don't want you to have done anything. No, it was a different vibe, though. Totally different vibe.
Yeah, the educational component that went with that was through Cutting Edge. A law conference, the largest music law conference there. It was in Louisiana, New Orleans, and that's where we were, everyone paying attention to us. And then as we're on radio right now, we're also on a network. So those that are out there tuning in, stay tuned in. We've got your music coming to you as well. We met Victoria Tyler there in New Orleans with Springboard, and it's Cutting Edge. So Cutting Edge is your largest music conference in law. And so, yes, it was very invaluable to have that asset as a component to not only get the information and education, and then as a foundation, Sergeant Two-Step Foundation got to speak on a panel. And so we got to speak about going back to your community, giving to the roots in your community. And so Uncle Rhino, myself, and a few others, and got to speak in regards to that. And that's invaluable as well. So you not only had different rooms for writing, you had the lawyers, you had the community aspect, but all around you, then you had your concerts that were going on, multiple artists ongoing. So yeah, it was great. So in September 27th, we will be having our concert, the Sergeant Two-Step Festival. That's 9/27, everybody. That is Gold Star Family National Day. It is open to the public. So just want to make sure everybody understands that. And that we went there to speak on why we do what we do. To us, we are in music, but we're also on a mission. So music and a mission, put that together. That's good people. So taking care of the heart of the community. And that's where my heart lies. So taking care of the people. So Sheri, when we meet, I have a feeling that you and I are going to have a lot of similar experiences. Not only that, Victoria and I have been able to speak a little bit, and her and I are going to end up doing a special edition. So everyone stay tuned for that. Yeah, I want to spend some time with you too, Sheri. But right now, what I'd like for everyone else to do is get to know you as someone in the music industry, someone as an artist, and what you're into. So if you could give me just a 1, 2, 3 on you each. So we'll start with you, Sheri. And let everyone out there know who you are, because I may know you, but they do not.
That is true. That is true. So 1, 2, 3 is pretty simple. Okay. So been a songwriter basically my whole life, and was in the music business in the 90s, and I was in it to win it, and mainly just writing. And I wanted to write the songs the whole world sings. I didn't have any interest in being on the stage. I didn't want to be a touring, artist or anything. So I just, wanted to live the good life on the outside looking in and tag along with all the famous people like Uncle Rhino and Victoria and just be their sidekick. Yeah. And, but then, long story short, Mama saved up and sent me to Nashville and said, okay. And she said, I'll send you off to write songs for Dolly, but you got to promise me you're going to write a Christian album for me and Jesus. Well, fast forward 30 years, I didn't own that promise. She turned 80 years old and she convicted my heart and said, you made a promise to me, young lady, and I'm disappointed. And I was like, oh, my Lord. And all I ever wanted to do was do that. And I didn't do it. So I'm proud to say that November 2nd of last year, which is my birthday, I released my first song as a Christian recording artist called Say I Love You. And that song, in my first go in the world of it, God was doing a thing, and I was nominated for Songwriter of the Year in a Hill Country Songwriters award ceremony, which I was honored. And then after that, I released my second single. And then I decided I'm going for the whole thing. So For Jesus and Mama, that's the name of my album coming out. It's going to come out 1 month prior to my birthday. I was going to hold off till November, but I have more exciting, crazy news. So I said, well, I'm going to release it on October 2nd of 2025, because on November 2nd of 2025, I'm going to be in Nashville, Tennessee, because I was nominated for a Josie Award for Songwriter of the Year in a category of catalog. Because when I got back into it in 2023, because I was on a 21-year music coma. When I got sick, I got out of the music business, and I joke about that. I really was not, people. I was not in a coma for 21 years, but I woke up meeting a little guy named Tasman Sharp, which Uncle Rhino got to meet him as well. He was there, and that little guy was performing, and my heart just ached. And next thing I know, I'm writing him a song after 21 years, and that was in 2023. And my pen just went nuts, and I've been writing like crazy. I even got the privilege of finally writing with one of my songwriting heroes, Mr. Bernie Nelson, and he recorded one of my songs. We wrote 5 songs together. They haven't been out, but Bernie was that pinnacle of like, yay me, now I've done it. Now the bucket list is, I'm doing it. And with all the nominations and everything going on, I'm like, okay, what is about to happen? Because I've checked all the bucket list off. And so I just, I keep thinking I need to make some more bucket lists, because once you check them all, does that mean you check out? I don't know. So I said, it all happened so fast. And like the last 2 years, my life has been a living dream. And actually having the tribe come along has been something I didn't know that I was missing in my life. And now I have that too. So I always have something to look forward to in this music business. So I'm pretty excited. I'm thrilled to be helping out, mentoring lots of young artists. And I've been writing with about 12 people now on a steady, and they've all been recording. And also Honky Tonk is nominated for a Country Song of the Year at the Josie Awards. And I wrote that. And that was the first song released by Matt Tejeda and the Backwood Band. And he was there. So our song is actually, I wrote it, he picked it up, and there we are. So I'm kind of having an exciting life right now.
He's an excellent young man, Matt Tejeda. Shout out to him and his wife. I thoroughly enjoyed both of them. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
They are beautiful, beautiful people. And we're working on an album together, putting his album slow going, but we're getting there. We've written a couple of songs together, and he's written some and picked up a few more of mine. So I'm excited to see what happens in 26 with that album. God did. Yeah.
What was that?
That is special for Sheri. And that is because she has been working on all these things. And if you look behind her, I know something about her. The reason that her album is named what it is, it has to do a lot with her personal self. So that was a shout out that said God did. God did. Yes.
Okay. Well, I was just saying, it's been a minute since I've been in church. Sheri been trying to get me back, and I thought she'd put a word in, and I was getting nervous. Okay.
God was talking to you.
Yeah. I had a running joke. Had a friend of mine invite me to his church. It was actually his daughter was playing basketball, and they had a church gymnasium, and he wanted me to come to his daughter's game there at the church. And I said, "Bro, it's been a minute since I've been in church. I'm liable to set off an alarm or something." And he laughed. He said, "You so silly." And so I was walking in the door at the end, and he waved and I waved, and right about then that buzzer went off up there on the basketball thing, and I was like, "Damn it, I'm busted." Yeah, see, I told you, I told you. Yeah, that became a catchphrase. Man, that big thing they do at the basketball games. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
I
pretty funny.
raptured a little bit right then. I thought I was on my way. Yeah.
We got to. I don't know if your pen can go crazy like Tracy's pen. Yes, Sheree, we will have to get together. They're talking about I go nuts when I write, so it's a matter of like I'm all in.
Yeah.
I'm in this.
Yeah.
I'm enveloped into this whole writing thing. I want to say congratulations to you, everything you're
Thank
doing.
you.
I already knew some of
Appreciate
your
that.
information, so I am happy for you. So the Josie Awards, for anyone out there, that's out of Nashville. I actually
Yeah.
grew up in Nashville. That's a mother and her daughter that started that. So the Josie Awards, congrats on that. And
I appreciate
Nashville, Tennessee. Like,
And it's on my birthday, y'all. Can
That
I
means
not
something.
I'm like, hey, and I
That
tell
means-
everybody,
Hey.
if I get up on that Opry stage, I don't want y'all clapping. I want everybody in that place to yell, "Happy birthday!"
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Well, you know you're gonna be in Tennessee. There's gonna be about 40% of them are gonna go happy birthday, Sherry. You know
You know
that.
they will. They'll
We're
probably
gonna have
gonna
to
announce
get
my
on them
name.
people.
You gotta get on them.
Agree.
Yeah. We're gonna have to straighten
I
them
would
out.
spell your name with I would put something there so you notice that it is supposed to be more of
Yeah.
a French. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Well,
That would be,
Cherie just started hanging. We just started really hanging out not that long ago.
yes.
So I mean, you said that you had finished out your bucket list. Me and you just started hanging out, girl. You better get a bigger bucket.
I got to get a bigger list. Yeah,
Oh,
And a
I'm
bigger bucket.
gonna get that.
in the right house. I can tell you that there's not a bucket literally. That I don't even know what we would call it. So there's not a bucket. There's not a wheelbarrow. There's many lanes going on. So we're glad to have you. It's my first time that I did get to meet you, and so I'm glad that I have. We got
Yeah,
to
me
have
too.
conversations and listen when you're putting on an event, and then in right before and right after, it is go time. So I knew that you were just slammed, and so we definitely were good with making sure we got you right now. We've got you fresh. I am so thrilled to have you in here, and I couldn't be happier for your songs. I do have the song in here, and then I'd love to get to Victoria's as well. Over
Yeah.
here, Cherie, if I were to go to what you sent me tonight and I wanted to grab a song, what would you like for me to grab? And I'm looking at Uncle Rhino when I say this. And Victoria, I will be doing this to you in a moment.
Yes.
Are you wanting one of my songs?
That's well, it is up to you. You what you have sent me. What is it that you would like played here at Two Step Tribe, knowing that it's going on radio, knowing we're on a network? What do you want to put out? I've got it loaded in here for you.
I tell you what, because I have this opportunity to share where my heart is at. I got so many songs I would want to share. I would love to share one of mine if you would. And the power song of the day, which was actually co-written by John Bier, and giving him a shout out. He gave me the inspiration behind it, and love him very much. And he actually won the Christian Songwriter Award for the Songbird Music Conference this year. And it's called Pray. And I would love it. It's really hitting what we need to do in this nation right now and across the globe.
You got it. I've got it right here. This song is called Pray. Now, again, Mrs. Songbird Sheri, is this you and your
It
writing?
is.
Okay.
It is.
Song that you have written.
And
Who is
remember, I
Sheri?
sing for Jesus. Okay. Jesus and Mama.
Yeah. Okay.
Jesus and Mama. We got to put that. That's going on our bumper stickers.
It's
Yeah.
going on it.
Yeah.
Woo! All right. Always do that if it's Jesus and Mama. It is, and it is called Pray. Here we are on Two Step Tribe. Stand by, Mrs. Songbird Sheri. It is Pray.
God says pray about everything. We bow our heads at His command. We will see the seeds that we sow if we stay faithful to God's holy word. Pray for revival, pray for peace, pray for salvation of those who won't believe. Pray for miracles to happen every day, and pray for God's mercy and His grace. Hearts of stone are turning into temples. The dead are being raised to life. Rebels are becoming sons and daughters as the darkness surrenders to the light. Pray for revival, pray for peace, pray for salvation of those who won't believe. Pray for miracles to happen every day, and pray for God's mercy and His grace. Love of Jesus changed everything when He came for you and for me. Yes, He died, He was crucified, but God raised Him and He is Pray for revival, pray for peace, pray for salvation of those who won't believe. Pray for miracles to happen every day, and pray for God's mercy and His grace. Oh God, we need Your mercy. God, we need Your mercy. We need Your mercy and grace. Oh, pray. Oh, pray.
Very nice there, Cherie. Very, very nice. Let me grab your mic here for you. There you are.
Love that piano.
Oh,
Isn't that great?
see, that's what that's special for her. We loaded
Thank
that
y'all.
just for you tonight.
Yeah, that was an awesome debut.
That was Songbird Cherie. That is her song, and that is the song "Pray." And we wanted to share that, so I'm glad that we could do that for you, Mrs. Cherie. And as we're going here through the show, Uncle Rhino, I'm letting you lead here. We've got two powerhouse individuals in here, and in order to get everything in, Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the uplifting of that song, definitely. That's what you call
Right.
uplifting. Most definitely, I do agree with that. You've got a lot of people saying the uplifting there. You never apologize for your voice either. So you're sending a message. You're doing great. Um, I'm in your lane too. I probably do it all the time, and I'm trying to catch my own self. And so you just helped me by listening to you, but and going, wait, I think I do that all the time. So it's good for me to, not just me, the whole world, for us all
Yeah.
to sit back within ourselves, settle in a little bit, and take in others, and be open to what is out there. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Oh, thank you.
When you mentioned Bernie, and you sent me that song. Now,
That
stand
was
by.
a good one.
I have a message up, and it says, hold up. We have live music." It's because Victoria has agreed to sing tonight. So,
Yay.
Mhm.
yes,
Yay.
I've worked on that, and so I've got some things in here for Victoria. So I'm watching. I know she's ahead of us in time as well. So she's literally, you're on East Coast, right, Victoria?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's on East Coast time.
She's on the East Coast, so I want to be respectful of that too. I'm watching for you, hun, Victoria. So
I'm a night owl. It's okay. Time means
okay,
nothing to me.
okay. Well, all right. Usually in the songwriting music world, but I
That's
just
right.
want to make sure we take care of you
Oh, thank
too, both of you, back and forth.
Oh, thank
And
you.
so, Mrs. Sheri, you mentioned Bernie, and you sent me Amazing Grace.
Amazing Saving Grace.
Yes, and tell me about that.
So I met Bernie in Nashville 30 plus years ago now, and I was real not shy, and I liked him a lot, and writing wise, let me make that clear. And I was like, everybody says, you can't go talk to him. He's a big star. Don't talk to him. I said, excuse me. And I just walked up and I said, Bernie Nelson? He's like, yes. And I said, we're going to write a song together one day and it's going to be cool. And he's like, okay. Didn't know me from Adam, had no idea who I was. And so I stayed in touch with him, followed his career for a while, and then I just let it all go. And then as the world of Facebook, I was scrolling one day and there he was. And I said, you got to be kidding me. So I reached out to him. Next thing you know, we're exchanging phone numbers, we're talking and getting reacquainted from back in the day. And then I went out to the ranch and we sat down and we wrote some songs. He invited me to come out and I did, and we booked it and it was incredible. I spent the weekend out there with him and his wife. They have a wonderful writers retreat place out there, a cabin, the whole 9 yards, their house. And just we had the best time ever. And it was literally, I thought that was the pinnacle of my life, to actually get to, to have that moment with Bernie Nelson. And this was one of ours. It was the last one we wrote, actually. We went from beer drinking to, the typical country song all over the place. And then he says, well, what's the final song? And I said, let's do something country Christian. Let's do something about real life, like struggles. And he said, all right. And I threw him an idea and he picked it up and we just bounced right back and forth, like two brains, one mind, two brains. And that song just poured out of us. And then I talked him into, I said, Bernie, this is a you song. I said, that's the next step. You need to cut it. Well, he didn't cut it. Then one day I said, Bernie, I know this really great guy that would just make this song a hit. And he's like, who? And I said, you. And then he said, yes. True story. I wore him down. And so then finally he did. And then we put it out in the world, and I'm really excited for it. And it's a beautiful song. And it's a song of, redemption for those that just can't seem to get it right, but it's okay.
Right. Okay. So now we have this one. Uncle Ryan, I want to hit this one.
Well, I want what I wanted to do before we'd gotten into that one. We let it kind of run too far. We didn't pump the brakes when we needed to. I wanted to pivot over and have Vic come in and have Victoria bring it up. And then, because I never like to tell the story and then not do the song.
Right.
So at this point, since we just let the car run without hands on the wheel, I'm going to jump in now and we're going to do it. I'm putting these hands on it. So we're going to come in and do it. So let's, I want to follow up with the Bernie Nelson song because we did the teaser for it. And then as soon as we're done with that one, I want to pivot because Bernie's you know what? Bernie's awesome. So, and he and I never worked together, but I knew his reputation well, and we crisscrossed quite a bit, both up north in Nashville and in some of my travels in Texas. So I'm a big fan. Proud of you. Proud of y'all working together.
Thank you.
The Texan circles that I got to write with were like the Alan Shamblins and guys like that on that side, Jim Russian and Frank Dykes. You know, those guys. Those were my people. They wrote stuff for Bonnie Raitt and stuff for George Strait. But I never got to pivot around and come over to the Bernie Nelson side of the wild side. So I have to live vicariously through Sheri.
Nice.
Yep. Let's cue it up, Tracy.
Right.
Let's cue that one up. Let's give it a run, and then we'll slide over to the lovely
Victoria. We will. Here it is as we go right here. Here is that song. Thank you, Moreno.
I woke up today a little bit past noon, and I had slept half a day away. And I stumbled in after midnight with that bottle in my hand, open up my Bible to the book of James. And the sun was coming up when I finally closed my eyes, but something told me that I was not alone. Before I drifted off to sleep, I thank Jesus for my angels, 'cause I know I didn't get there on my own. Yeah, I'm a sinner, and hey, believer, Lord knows the perfect is something I ain't. So every day I thank my Savior for His amazing saving grace. Now I've been busted and I've been broken, been knocked down and got back up again. And I've crossed lines that I swore that I never would, but He reminds me, hell, I'm just a man. And I'm a sinner, a believer. Lord knows the perfect is something I hate. So every day I thank my Savior for His amazing saving grace. Every day I say, dear Jesus, I won't do that again. But in the end, you know, I always do. His strength is so much stronger than my strongest weakness, and it's His grace that always pulls me through. I'm a sinner, a believer. Lord knows the perfect, something I hate. But every day I thank my Savior for His amazing saving grace. His amazing saving grace.
Burn it up. Feel it, old son.
Gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
That was really
Amazing.
wonderful.
Amazing. Yes, definitely. As Uncle Rhino said it. Yep, I agree. Amazing. I love his voice. Just
Yeah.
you know.
Bernie's from the University of Three Chords and the Truth.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
He's something. He's something real special.
He's
And
definitely.
I was honored. I was honored to write with him and that he would take me in and make that dream come true for me.
Well,
Hadn't spoke to him and can't speak for him, but I feel confident in saying I'm pretty sure that he feels the same way about working with you, Sheri. The guys like that put in the miles and put in the travels, and when they have an opportunity to sit and work with you or work with Victoria or so many others, they're absolutely honored that you would want to come work with them. Yeah, they've got stories to tell you. Yeah, they got tricks to teach you, but you've got lightning you bring in because you're wanting to climb that first side or maybe that second side, the second mountain, but they've already been up and down the range. And so for them, when you bring that excitement and that lightning, that's something that's just as necessary for the guys who've been in the battle for a long time. That's just as necessary. You bring the excitement, we'll bring the tricks.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds real good.
Speaking of excitement and talent and fire and focus and a beautiful story, I want to pivot and take the two Texas girls with me. We're going to turn ourselves towards Boston, Massachusetts.
Going north, huh?
A city.
I'm from California.
That's a city I've got a lot of love. That city up there, for everybody listening, Boston, Massachusetts, showed a whole bunch of love to me and mine all the way down to Louisiana and Texas, way back when the Cowboy Up, that song of mine, got picked up as their rally cry in 2003 when they broke the curse of the Bambino. And you talking about a Texas boy feels so at home when you look out the window of your plane at night and the skyscrapers of Boston at night, all the skyscrapers, I ain't talking about one or two, all of them have the office lights turned on, spelling Cowboy Up down the side of every one of them. And you in Boston, Massachusetts, it's like, Lord, we home. Come on.
Should have seen when Morgan Whalen was here. They went
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
They love country music up there, y'all.
Yeah, they really do. It's kind of a U.S. thing. It's all over, country.
And Victoria, are you from Boston? You actually do not have I was going to say, you do not have an accent.
I'm from California.
Actually. Okay. I was going to say, I don't hear the Bostonian.
No,
okay.
I moved here in 2009.
Actually, okay. That makes sense.
Kind of from all over.
That makes sense. Let's get into a little bit here. So, Victoria, I know that you're an artist and that you're a songwriter, but why don't you tell us and everyone else out there a little bit about you? And we've not only got your music, but we've got a couple of tracks that you wanted in here. But first, let's get into a little bit more of Victoria Tyler.
Sure. So I've been a singer since I was 5. I've played classical piano since I was 5 also. Played for 13 years. I like to say I didn't become a songwriter till I had something to say. So I've just been a singer. I've sang just in all the choruses. Growing up, I did a cappella in college. I always felt like I was an executor, not a creative. So I just did all of that until really my kids came around, and then they just didn't want to hear me sing ever. They would just tell me to be quiet when I would sing. So it's always something I just love to do. But I always thought that I wasn't a songwriter, mainly because Tori Amos, who was one of my favorite songwriters, said that she didn't write songs; she pulled them down from the sky. And I was like, oh well, I guess if you're a songwriter, they must just come to you. So I never thought that I was a songwriter. So my life has just been a series of I just thought of Disney, series of doors in my face. And who says that? Elsa or Anna? One of them says that. My life has been a series of doors in my face. So my series of ups and downs. I've married and divorced twice, and I have kids, and gone through some mental issues, and we all have, I think. And last year, I got divorced for the second time, and I found myself, I think, having a Taylor Swift moment where I started writing things down, some emotional things, and I was like, oh, this is where she gets it, first of all, and second, this is really well written, because I'm a writer. I teach writing, and I was like, okay,
Speak to your academic credentials.
I was just going to say that. Yeah. Well, first, after I get to this emotional stuff, let's put a pin in this and come back, is what I was writing after I was thinking as I'm writing it. Yeah. So I went to Pomona College for my undergrad, and I have a master's degree from Harvard. And I teach writing, and English, and college test prep, the ACT and the SAT. And I help kids with their college application essays. So again, I'm just very, academically oriented. Like I said, I never felt like I was very creative, just, studious and all of that. But I finally had something to say, I guess. Floodgates sort of opened, and I was like, okay, well, now that I feel like I have something to write about, oh, maybe I can sing this. And I'm classically trained in piano, so I understand chords and melody and stuff. So let me just try to put this together. And it just sort of started working. Turns out they're not hanging down from the sky like I thought. And I just now have written 28 songs, I guess, since last April, and recorded 15 or so. And we're just kind of on a roll.
I love that. I love the pulling down out of the sky. There's a lot of trials and tribulations that we all have and go through in our lives. They're each one different. But through those trials and tribulations, that's why we're going to do a special edition. I have found myself, that is when I write. So I write based on emotion and based on real life experience. And so you mentioned someone's name in there that would write based on something that would happen. And then learning how to take that and turn that into a song is not an easy craft, especially because you're talking about your emotions there. So I'm glad that you found that and that you've pulled that out. You actually, to go back to a note that Uncle Rhino had there, we skipped really quick over, but your academic score in itself is off the charts.
It's a much more complicated story than what I just put into those couple of minutes, but I just figured that's a nutshell why I've started writing, So.
But she plays herself down too, folks, and I'm not going to let her entirely. I'm not going to let her get away with that. She also is a member of a very prestigious organization. You want to tell them about that, love?
Do I want to?
Yeah.
Well, lots of people don't know it anymore, but it's called Mensa. It's it's an organization. That's not really, I didn't really want to do that. My kids like to tell me I was stupid, and I was like, all our kids, like, they don't say, I'm like, I'm pretty smart. And my kids like, you're not that smart. Yeah. I was like, I think I'm pretty smart. So I just, one day I wanted to go get my IQ tested. I didn't know what it was. It turns out it was the IQ test was being run by Mensa, and they sent me an email saying, congratulations, you've gotten into Mensa. I wasn't trying to get in.
Are you familiar with what that is, ladies?
I am.
Okay. I'm not.
You want to? I can tell.
It's a very elite club I get that for very smart people.
It's like it's a percent of the population.
So your IQ is extremely high.
Yeah, well, there's all different levels of it. What I like about it, though, is it doesn't come back with a number. There's 5 different levels of IQ. So there's just different types of intelligence. And, there's something called crystallized intelligence, which is what I'm really, really high at, which probably most songwriters are. It's how much information you retain over your life, how much you can remember. So on the test, they ask you all sorts of things. One of them was like, what does this picture remind you of? It was actually a musician. It was something with a saxophone and something else and a baseball player. And I just could remember all the names. I don't know how these names came to my mind. All these names I remembered of all these random people I'd seen over the course of my life. But crystallized intelligence is how much you can remember. Then there's fluid intelligence. They gave me some information and then asked me 30 seconds later what it was. I wasn't quite as good at that. Then there's like, like logic games, and then there's numbers based stuff, and there's all different levels of it. And to get into Mensa, you have to be in the top 2% of intelligence of like 2 of them out of 5. So
Wow. Congratulations.
Yes,
Well,
I know.
thank you.
Very much
But,
so.
like my kids, I kind of taught them something.
Yeah, I would wear them out with that right there. I would get T-shirts made.
Oh,
You know,
man.
I know, right?
yeah,
I'm in the top 2%.
yeah. Come
But-
rock it.
yeah.
You need a member of Mensa on a trucker hat. That would be totally like.
But it was, well, what was tough over my life for a long time is I wasn't, but what I'm doing now, we'll touch on this, I guess, more when we talk about this, Tracy, was for a long time, I was not able to use this, whatever intelligence or whatever I have, because I have a mood disorder that was not being treated correctly. And I was incapable of, fulfilling my potential, let's say. Because I was depressed. And I think in the long, like we'll talk about later, but like in the long run, in the grand scheme of life, and I think if people believe in, if there's a life's purpose, and if there's a fate, and if there's a, something that's driving, if there's anything that is meant to be in life, I think it is because I needed to go through the struggles I went through to have something to write about, maybe to help people. I think that there was a reason that it took me so long to get to where I am. Because once I finally got to a place where I couldn't do that, now I have something to write about, so.
Right, and shape you too. I mean, there's a lot of things, and we'll get into that in a. All right, we have a special talk show that we do. It's all about the truth in different humanitarian areas, and that show is where I really want to go into what you're talking about, because that is where we're going to find the viewers paying attention, and we'll be able to help others quite a bit. So I definitely am going to pull you over there. So Victoria, I have in here, first off, I know all about the kids saying, oh, yeah. Like, I've got one in high school. It doesn't matter. You can say it on the trucker hat or whatever. It's the age. There are kids. There are, oh, no. We know now what we're doing. And like, I'm old school. So be careful there, child.
Y'all ain't been calling Uncle show up over at the house and be cooking breakfast the next morning. What y'all want to talk about?
Yeah, right.
Real quick, we'll get into some music. Real quick, I actually had to pick up multiple high school kids today in the car. Uncle had to be on the phone, and you should have seen their faces. Literally, the 3 of them were sitting there with their mouths open, eyes big. Literally, I get off the phone, they're like, what was that? I said, that was Uncle Rhino. And they were just all cracking up and just like, oh my goodness, I've never heard anything like that in my life. And I was like, yep, that's who that was. So
it was when I hold church, I may not hear amens, but I wasn't wanting any. Put some money in the bucket and get out the door. Yeah.
He preached it, and they all were just quiet. Usually on the ride home with kids in high school, it's not that quiet. So I was like, yep, it was quiet. I turned around and went, y'all okay? So all you got to do is just say, hey, get Uncle Rhino on there. Victoria, I've met you in person. You're an incredible individual, female, empowering.
Beautiful.
We all have struggles. I want you to know that. I know that I connected to you and I looked you in your eyes. Literally, I knew there were several things that we could get into. So we're definitely going to do that. I know that you are intelligent, you are loved, you are beautiful, and that we are so happy that we have met you. So I am glad, and welcome to Tribe. Welcome to our lives. I am so happy for that, for both of you too. But know that you're important, and that I am happy that I got to run into you the way that I did.
That's I'm sorry I couldn't find my car.
No, I was going to say, that's why things happen like this. So there was a reason that we were supposed to meet like we did.
I think
and that makes you go like this. Wait a minute. Her and I need to connect. So I thought it was great. So I'm going to tell you, things happen for a reason. And that was supposed to happen, or we probably would have never circled back and ever had a conversation that deep. So things happen the way they're supposed to. So you and I were supposed to do that. That'll be in a show later, everybody. We were running around a parking garage in New Orleans. I don't recommend it, but Uncle Rhino was with us, so we were safe.
Yeah, no, yeah.
We were safe. That's what matters. We were safe.
And I found, and it turns out the car was not even in that garage.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It was next door.
Bunch of nice tourists thought they were getting robbed by one big ugly guy and 4 small hot chicks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one photographer. So
forgot about him. Yeah. He was
No,
that was a producer. Yeah, no, that was the legendary Danny Jones, the producer. Yep. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yes, he will forever have a story. We love Danny Jones. Shout out to Danny Jones out there. We'll be getting him on the show here too.
He still won't set foot in the parking garage, but
Traumatized everybody.
Yeah, he shook.
Oh, Danny is an amazing, incredible human being, and we will be getting him on. It's just that some people need to meet you and feel comfortable. That happened. Amazing. Just had a great connection. I had a great connection with you too as well, Victoria. So without even meeting you, Sheri, I already know I do. We were able to talk on the phone a couple times. So we're set.
We're good. We're good.
Victoria, yeah, we are. We're going to be able to do several things. So I definitely can't wait to connect to you. Victoria,
yep.
I have in here the backing of some instrumentals and what you sent me. And the backing is, there's 2 here.
Yeah.
And one of them, you labeled it DIY. And the other. So I'm going to look to you on this and what you'd like to do.
Yeah.
Let's take the lead.
That one. So DIY stands for what it sounds like. This one's not out at all. It's not even recorded for real yet. It's just I wrote it when I was in the kitchen trying to get this what I think was a dead and abandoned like old I think it was like a bug's nest that had gotten lodged into my window jamb. It hadn't been able to shut, and I looked into it. I was like, great, I'm gonna have to get this out because I'm divorced and don't have another person here to help me with stuff. So I got this like end of a like a screwdriver, and I was like hitting it with the end of a hammer, and I'm like trying to get this thing out of the window thing so I could shut it. And I was like, this DIY. I'm like DIYing this thing. I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if I was like DIYing someone out of my life, like DIY like a guy out of my life. I was like, wow, that's I'm like, that's a song.
Yeah, I know. I wrote a title for that one.
DIY. I wrote a song called DIY. So this is it. I guess
I have both. Would you like for me to start with DIY?
Yeah, let's do it.
You just tell me when, because I know I have the instrumental and she's going to be singing. So you let me know and I will hit it.
Yeah,
and
I'll be able to hear it. Okay, from there, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll check this out. Let's do this. I'd like to get you over here. Here we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play it, and it's yours. You go ahead. Here you are on Two Step Tribe. We are live right now. Victoria Tyler is here live performing.
You used to laugh when I came home with the bag from Home Depot, a project I'd butcher and abandon in the end. You'd say DIY wasn't meant for your wife. Now watch me DIY right out of my life, because my mama had a story to tell. When the job got tough, she dig deep into that well, and like a boxer weaving death through a ring, I learned to DIY my way out of just about anything. Never cheered for me, lift me up when I was always on the floor. Barn doors for the closet, new blue front door. You'd watch me crash and burn. Didn't even try to hide, calling out a family DIY while I fumed inside. But my mama had a story to tell. When the job got tough, she did that well, and like a monster weaving death I learned it. When I'm on my way, gotta go ahead. Think you're such an expert, regular handyman. Then you leave the lawn half mowed, and I'm stuck picking up your can. Never had to cook, a clear left finger for yourself. And while I may not hang a barn door right, I'll always stick through till the end of the fight. So with my box of tools and every ounce of will, I'll brush off the dust and I'll fire up that drill. I'll show my mama that she raised her daughter right, and start to DIY your mess right out of my life. That's what mama, all she went through. You're exposed, and like I'm leaving through battery, I can take on anything. Oh, I can take on anything. That's it.
There it
Yeah,
is.
oh,
There is a DIY, and that for the first time, me running music up and down to get your vocals in order to hear amazing
Did it work?
voice.
Did it work with the going through this?
It did. I was messing with the music to keep your instrumentals from not overpowering with the voice. Uncle, what is your thought?
The listeners don't know how tricky that was. As soon as you pulled off, I went, oh, because I knew that there was a dampener on her mic. And when there's a dampener on her mic, she's going to try to belt, and it's going to try to restrict the input, how the volume comes to it, tries to self-regulate on her end. And then, so then on that side, so if we weren't careful, it was going to be the dog chasing its tail kind of deal. We were fixing to be going, oh, crap. You know, and I said, but she stayed right in the pocket and she rode that all the way through like a champ. But people listening have no idea how hard that was just then, because sometimes you might even have a half a second delay. And if you do, that's like a Homer Simpson moment, because you'll say something and you'll start to sing the second word right when you start hearing the first word. So that can throw people off. So I was worried.
And what we also did for you, Victoria, is I brought the instrumentals down in several moments because, Uncle, I thought of that. I thought, there's going to be.
Did it end up okay for everybody else?
Yes, it really was. I brought down your instrumentals at certain parts where I knew we were about to miss out on that. And so, as Uncle Rhino pointed out, yes, you did fabulous. What I noticed was, I better pull back your instrumentals in a couple of spots. So no, it worked great. Cool. So good job. I think I love your voice, number one.
Thank you.
Number two, I think pulling back the instrumentals like we did, because it's live right now, there's reverb, there's delay. That was very crucial. So I did do that. And I don't know if you could hear it.
I wonder what the person at home thinks, what it sounds like. Because if we were to do another one, I can get my actual studio mic and plug it in. It's right.
Yeah, well, we could, that would always be better, but we have to make sure we don't have a delay when we do that. So that would be another technical tweak. But on this one, I can tell you that I heard it as the listener would hear it.
And did it work?
Yeah.
Cool.
No, it was good.
It's a cool concept too. I liked it.
Thank you. Good. Yeah, I try to tell stories. So that one I just thought, and that one too, I think was personal, because that part it is about my mom and me. She's a single mom, so I think a lot of people could probably relate. I hope I really started writing too, because I think there's a lot of missing lyrical value in a lot of songs these days. There's a lot of emphasis on beats and the sonic part of music. Sonic component, and I think there's a lot of room for lyricism to come back. So I focus on that. And I think the listener out there, a lot of them will appreciate that and like to be, I think people too, like if we do the other one called that I Love That For You. I Love That For You is one where I especially did not hold back on my challenging the listener. I think people sometimes don't like to write in ways that, or they try to write simple for the listener. And I don't think you need to do that. I kind of try to challenge the listener sometimes.
Yeah.
I think that they, at this point, I think that they're kind of welcoming it. So that one especially is, yeah, I don't know.
I had a friend of mine that this would have been back around 2000. This was like 25 years ago. Beautiful guy, super successful, very well known household name. And he had just won another Grammy. And the song, and it was a huge hit. I'm not going to get into it. It was a huge hit. And I was super happy for his success, but it was super dumbed down. And I mean, like dumbed down.
Right.
And very elementary school level, but as long as you have the rhythm and the cadence and everything. So that part I understood what had made it successful, but the subject matter was just uber homogenized. And he and I talked about it, and he had actually breached the subject with me. He started talking to me about it. He said, you really need to kind of, he said that exact phrase, you need to dumb it down and quit trying to write. Now, my writers were that I grew up, I love Dan Fogelberg. I love guys like Cat Stevens on the writing side. As I was growing up, Gordon Lightfoot, those guys were, as I was a little boy, those started shaping me. And then many of the country and folk did too, and the R&B. Well, I don't think you need to dumb it down.
They're not dumbing it down.
No, you can be a Hemingway of the Bayou. You can rock it old school like that, and that's how I wanted to. That's the niche I wanted to get into. And so when I see guys like folks like y'all coming in, and you're not settling, because there are intelligent people that would like to have intelligent art. They're not all about color by numbers. So. Kudos to you for doing that.
There's something for everyone, I think, but I certainly don't think because and I Love That For You. There's some words that came to my mind that I wanted to say, and I was like, well, I could replace those with these easier words. But I was like, no, I'm not going to replace that. Solace is the word I want to use, so I'm going to use the word solace. And not everyone knows the word solace, but if they don't know it, they might want to look it up, and that might be good, but. And then, I don't know. So I think the listener also appreciates when you don't dumb it down. So
Victoria,
yeah.
Do you want to go straight into doing that, or would you like for me to go ahead and grab? I have your tracks in here. I have them loaded all up. Would you like for me to grab one of those, and then we'll go into your other? Or are you just wanting to go into your vocal? And Uncle Ryan, you speak up too.
What do you guys? I mean, if we've been talking about I Love That For You, maybe I'll just go into that. Or what do you guys want, listeners?
We let you pick the music. You drive it, girl. This you and Cherie. This is y'all's house. This is your show.
Yeah, sing it live.
Okay.
That was yeah.
I'm happy to do that. Okay, as long as it sounds right. You guys are enjoying.
Remember not to push too hard. I'm a belter. And so I have to catch, like when I do things, when I write sometimes with a co-writer on these type of services, I'll start digging in and be feeling it. And when I do, it'll automatically start to squash it, that dampener.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, well,
I'll watch your instrumentals again, and if I need to pull them, I'll do that. So I'll be on your instrumentals here.
Right.
Why don't you go ahead and tell them the name of this song?
I think I'm not a power singer though. Anyway. So I Love That For You. This one was inspired by, I went on a cruise shortly after I got divorced. And I was taking an online course for my second master's I was getting. And I told my group that we had to do an online presentation. And I'm like, well, I'm going to have to do the presentation from the seas because I'm going to be on a cruise ship. And this girl, she knew I was getting divorced. And she goes, oh, nice. I love that for you. And I was like, what? And I was like, what is that? What did you just say? And I didn't know what that meant. I love that for you. And so I decided to write a song about it.
All right.
This is the song.
All right, this is the song. I'm going to play this again. It is Victoria Tyler here. You're on Two Step Tribe right now, live with Uncle Ron and myself, Tracy Two Step, Miss Songbird Sheri, Miss Victoria Tyler live right now, bringing it to you. Here we go with her song right now, Victoria. I am going to play it, and here you are.
Was a simple, a jarring truth, subtle slap to the face, when this girl I hardly knew said it nice, I love that for you. How she thought some validation, empty sort of approval, ease the pain I could only equate to a knife ripping through the core of my soul. The more I thought about it, the more I came to see, even the perfect stranger cared more than you ever did. On the good days, with all the bad, I loved you through and through, and you never, not once, dared to say, I love that for you. I wanted to tell her off that she should stick to what she knows. After all, what did she know about the wings I needed to? Did you throw something tucked down deep? Her smile, it was sincere. She saw through you. She looked at me. It really was so clear that I spent so much time stuck in that. Aching for the time I could no longer grasp. In my dreams I found solace in your friendly face. You left long ago, but I always felt that no one could take your place. More I came to see, even a perfect stranger cared more than you ever did. Good days, with all the bad, I loved you through and through, and you never, not once, dared to say I love that for you. Taking some time that I've started to feel, I admit I have lost. But those hard words, I love that, will help me when the pain let you go.
Love it. We love that, your voice and everything to go with it. So I love every bit of that, Victoria Tyler, everything that you're doing. I definitely want to grab your track, so I don't want you to go anywhere. I want to sure. Yeah, I want to grab one of these for our listeners out there. And Uncle Ryan, I know that you're familiar out here with Sliding Doors, Just Go, Ticket. And so actually I did load them all. I have Just Go, and I have every one of those, Victoria. And out of the songs that I'm mentioning, your music here, which one of those songs have you found to be, I don't like to use the word popular, but more of a song that people are choosing to listen to?
Oh, Sliding Doors. Do you have
Sliding Doors?
Yeah.
Sliding Doors. That's what I was thinking. So Sliding Doors, let's get into Sliding Doors. Sliding Doors is your song. This is the song that you wrote.
I did, yes.
Okay. All right. How long ago?
I wrote this last summer, I'd say, I guess. Yeah, last summer. It came out in the fall.
Okay. Well, I would like to play Sliding Doors. So this is Sliding Doors by Victoria Tyler. Uncle Rhino, jump in if you have a different suggestion, but I'd love for them to hear her voice here with Sliding Doors.
I believe this was the first one I heard her do sound check on when I was moving through the room. And there was a little bit of a technical issue, but the Springboard team, true to form, dove in and got it all squared away and taken care of. But this was the song I heard when I was moving through the space, and I stopped and turned around, and I actually came and made contact with Victoria for the first time and told her, I'm going to listen, but if you see me disappear, don't think I'm leaving. I've got other bands that I'm working with, but I'll be coming back. So that was how we made our initial introduction. And then true to form, I came back for the main production with everybody. So this is a great track.
And this song kind of has to do with that. It's about making connections, actually. This song.
You did that. That's exactly what we did. So this is Sliding Doors. This is Victoria Tyler that I'm going to play right now for you. Again, Two-Step Tribe. We're on Two-Step Tribe right now. Uncle Rhino over there with us right now. Myself, Tracy Two-Step. We've got Songbird Sheri in the house hanging over here, hosting literally with us with Victoria Tyler. We're getting into her songs. This is Sliding Doors with Victoria Tyler.
Racing to make a train. What if we're too late? Will there be another, or is this the last one headed where we want to go? No, we have to make it. That much we both know. We hear the train approaching. Feel my heart begin to race. Lock eyes and hands and pick up our pace. We both been here before, just stuck on different platforms. Board to different trains, bound for different places. There were stops that we should have gotten off but didn't. But if we make the train this time, we'll reach the right destination. Our feet step quickly in time, taking the steps 2 by 2. You used to say I walk too fast, but today your feet are in sync with mine. Fast and focused, no room to fail this time. We hear the train approaching, feel my heart begin to race. Lock eyes and hands and pick up our pace. We both been here before, just stuck on different platforms. Board to different trains, bound for different places. There were stops that we should have gotten off but didn't. But if we make the train this time, we'll reach the right destination. What if those doors close before we round that corner? Or what if you get in, but I just can't get inside? It's hard to believe these sliding doors have the power to change the course of our lives. We hear the train approaching, I feel my heart begin to race. Lock eyes and hands and pick up our pace. We both been here before, just stuck on different platforms. Born in different trains, bound for different places. There were stops that we should have gotten off but didn't. But if we make the train this time, we'll reach the right destination. Rounding the corner, arms linked tight, just a little ways to the end. Racing to catch a train we both know won't come back again.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, oh, Victoria Tyler here with us live tonight. Victoria, for those of you who are listening and checking us out on the radio, go check out the YouTube at Two-Step Tribe. Don't spell that. It's two, the number two. Two-Step Tribe on YouTube. I am showing pictures like I did with Miss Sheri there. I am bringing up pictures here of Victoria. Victoria, amazing song and message. I love that. Sliding Doors. Did Ron, the photographer that we all know, is that the photos that I'm bringing up? Did he do those?
He did.
Yes.
Not all of them, but that last one, yeah. He did the last
Yeah,
one.
it looks very, very familiar. I said that work. I recognize the work there. So there's a fabulous photographer in the music world.
The Ron Fontenot. He has captured images of many iconic entertainers through the years, and Mr. Ron Fontenot is a beautiful and valued
He's
member of the tribe.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
and I'm happy to say that he is coming to the concert September 27th. So cannot wait. So he will be there on site. So I love that. I saw one of those pictures and I went, I know for a fact that's his work. So
Yeah, that last one. Yeah.
you're beautiful, number one, but his work is also beautiful.
Oh,
I
guys,
love the song Sliding Doors. Sheri, Sliding Doors.
That had a definite cool vibe to it.
Mhm.
And lyrically, it was spot on. But when you can mesh something so well with the music and it just kind of intertwines and you got your mind going at the same time, your body's moving, that's what I felt. It's like I was into it, you know? So good job. I liked it a lot.
Yes.
Thank you. It's really, even when I was writing it too, I was almost like, these are cheesy lines almost. You know, sometimes when you're writing and you're kind of like, I actually was thinking they were placeholder lyrics at some of the point. And then I was like, no, but people actually really connect with them because it's simple. If they're written, you know, it's not simply written, but it's a simple concept, you know,
it's relatable.
Yes.
You know, sometimes we can write outside of our own heads. You're kind of talking earlier a little bit about the educational part and putting it out there sometimes and using your own thoughts. But I find that sometimes less is more, and sometimes being really intricate and making people really think about like, whoa, where's this song coming from? Or you're identifying for different people for different times in your life too, right? I mean, we write those songs and we're totally coming from one direction and somebody hears it. And one thing I teach everybody when I talk to them about don't ever tell anybody what your song was about necessarily. Let them hear it, absorb it, and feel it, and be like, oh my God, that reminded me of my grandma. Really? I wrote that about my dog. But okay, that's exactly right. You know, and then you know you've got that feeling that you want to get out across to people, no matter where you wrote that song from or why. That's my 2 cents. And I feel like you did that really well with that one. It could take any age and kind of intertwines you, makes you feel you just felt it. You felt the music. You felt I liked it.
Full disclosure, some people have a grandma that'll bite. I'm just saying.
But what I
did.
I do like about this one though is it's a love song sort of. It's a song about love or song about connection. That's not a breakup song. It's not about people getting apart. It's about people trying to work together.
Nice.
Or it's about two people doing something, but they're trying to get together, as opposed to people trying to being apart. You know, the way it is. It's like they're working together to try to get somewhere, which is what I liked about it. You know.
The sliding doors.
It doesn't have to be a love song, right? It's not. Doesn't have to be.
And the title's really cool.
Yeah.
Makes you want to listen to it.
Yeah, sliding doors. And then Victoria, if you were going to say that second song that speaks to the heart, or that is your song that you identify more with, which one is that?
Of the ones that you have up there, or
yes.
Well, just to identify as one. Well, I mean, I think This Ain't a Fairy Tale. Do you have that one up there?
I have This Ain't a Fairy Tale, Just Go, Ticket. Between those three, if you said, I'd like to do this, and Uncle Rhino, chime in at any time.
I'm letting you ladies drive. I'm hanging out with 3 good-looking chicks. You're not going to get any arguments from me tonight.
I mean, what I think the better writing is just This Ain't a Fairy Tale. I think is the better writing.
I am showcasing you, so I'm going to go with This Ain't a Fairy Tale. I noticed earlier when you were talking to us, you referenced a Disney princess when you spoke literally, and you used her voice.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? You literally used the voice.
Yeah. So I'm told I have it that my singing voice sounds like a Disney princess. So yeah. But so Just Go is a more inspirational tune. Just Go is written. It's about. I mean, that's more my philosophy in life. If you don't know unless you go. So if someone wanted to, that would be that's my current single, and the next one is Ticket Out of Town, and that one's another country song. But I think if we want to listen to, I think what I'm most proud of lyrically, that would be This Ain't a Fairy Tale.
Let's do This Ain't a Fairy Tale, and then we'll hit it back up with Just Go, like you were just talking about. So here we are. This Ain't a Fairy Tale, folks. This is by Victoria Tyler.
Let's go.
You used to always say that nothing would give you more pride than to be old and wrinkled, walking by my side. You pulled the hair from in front of my eyes, melted me with that movie star smile, and I fell into the scene for a while. But you don't seem to get it. You can't just picture it, ha, forget it. No, even fairy tales take work, and this ain't a fairy tale. You wanted the movie manufactured from somewhere up above, with a prince and princess and hearts overflowing with love. But I've seen it firsthand as the stage goes dim. That tumult and rage often lie oh so close to the brim. But you don't seem to get it. You can't just picture it, ha, forget it. No, even fairy tales take work, and this ain't a fairy tale. But if we somehow got that life, if we scraped and fought and spared no life, and finally took our seats way up high on the throne in that love-filled scene, what would happen if we looked up close to see the picture cracking already at the seams? Because you don't seem to get it. You can't just picture it, ha, forget it. No, even fairy tales take work, and this ain't a fairy tale. If life's not a fairy tale waiting to unfold, no magic, no crowns, no thrones to behold. It's joy and it's tears, it's covered in scars. It may not be perfect, but baby, it's ours. 'Cause who wants a fairy tale?
Yeah. So that's about my brother's divorce. Mainly.
Shout out to you, Victoria Tyler. I heard you there and I'm shouting out again. I see you all over there. Thank you so much. You're over on Two Step Tribe on the IG. I see you, Valenia. Shout out to you. I see you. I can't get your messages while I'm over here, so I'm bouncing back and forth. Victoria, I heard you just say that was actually about your brother's
He
divorce.
knows it. It's okay if I say it.
Like Songbird Sheri said, it's like, you know, don't ask or don't know about what the song's about, and then all of a sudden it's, you know, you're
I mean, it's inspired by that, I think, but I mean, I think that one's pretty obvious about what that's about, but
Yeah.
a relationship that people are trying to make perfect. He looks on the outside. I mean, what if even if we got that life scraped into spot and spared no life, finally took our seats way up high on the throne in that love-filled scene, what would happen if we looked up close to see the picture cracking already at the seams? Right, that's the bridge right there. But like, I think that we look, oh, everything's perfect, and then just look over, oh wait, nothing's ever perfect, right? And my brother was trying to build this perfect life with this family, and it was just like, it fell apart, and it just like, but you know what? You can't manufacture a fairy tale. That's what I was telling him when I was talking to him. I was like,
That's
oh,
good stuff.
that's when I got this idea for this
Those
song.
are things made of dreams. They are not real life. And so this ain't a fairy tale. It's called reality and life. And so having that there is just the truth, and nothing better than that. So I love that song. I'd like to roll right into Just Go and get that
Can I ask
song.
a quick question on that one? Can I just,
Yeah.
I'm just curious though, where's your lane at? Like what genre up in the Boston area would that be played? Like what is your sound in that area?
Up here. Well, personally, I write lyrics first. So like, and then I decide kind of what kind of song I want it to be, you know. So a lot of them are, and I just started last year, you know, so
Kind of on a pop, kind of like a pop vibe to like an indie pop is where your lane is at.
Adult contemporary is like what I'm calling it, but I seem to be veering country, you know, like country pop, I guess is what I'd call it. And I'm writing a lot that are less country that I think I'd like to have some other people sing, you know.
Yeah.
Like I Love That For You and ones like that are not country, you know, I'm still like, but I think personally for me, because of the storytelling, pop country, I guess, is what I would probably call myself. Yeah.
You're going to end up landing in a catch-all that's Americana.
Americana.
And,
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, Americana is really, to me, that's what all of y'all's music is. And I harp on that all the time. People are like, what bedroom do you sleep in?
Yeah, that's
our mansion of music has no room for walls. We play American music round here. Yeah. And so everything's going to have some blues, some rock. You bet. You know it's coming, girl. Yeah.
I knew better. I knew when you asked that, Sheri, I was like, oh, you just opened up the can of worms.
I cross genre. I say I cross genres, you know, so it's kind of
But it can, and that's what's cool about it. You're not kind of, that's where I was feeling like you were kind of, you're crossover, in my opinion. Lyrically, I hear country. Musically, I can hear some pop, you know, Americana. Yeah, there's some influence in there. So not a bad thing. I wasn't criticizing. I was like, I was really kind of digging it. I was just kind of wondering, like, from Texas, where would we hear her? You know, right? Like that's on like Texas radio compared to Boston radio.
Well, it's depending which Texas radio, because you got about three. You got about 3 tiers of them. So for me, if I was, you know, and it's all about how you produce. You know, it's like I tell the young ones all the time: the greatest love song is also the greatest gospel song. Yeah, and the greatest gospel song can also be the greatest love song.
That is true.
The same thing's applicable with what Vic is doing. We can go in and I can take her tracks and I can put literally mandolin and a resonator and an acoustic pattern riff on it and have a cajon playing, and it's gonna groove. And depending on whether or not I put a copper tube slide on it, it'll go from Bayou to West Texas. And then it sounds right at home. The lyric never changed. Then I can pivot right around and I can put a sick loop on it, and we can put some synth samples in there and some other things, maybe some strings. And now you've got an East Coast smash or you've got a West Coast smash, and it's stuff that, you know, will fall into what they would call a pop or an R&B side.
And that's what's fun with having it lyrically based as opposed to something that's like a beat, because a beat you can't really change.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah. I had a kid, not to take your moment, that this whole thing circles to that. I wrote a song in the 90s and it was as country as the day is long, like a crazy, ugly country. And this kid, John Michael, he's like a 50s rockabilly guy. He took the lyric, I slid the lyrics to him and said, I don't want you to listen to this. I want to see what you come up with. Pulled out his guitar. He turned Cats Out of the Bag into the most wicked, cool rockabilly tune you've ever heard. And then I let him hear the original steel guitar, you know, just the old crazy, totally different song, took it to a whole new level and released it as his first single and the album title of his album. But it's totally a different song. Same lyric, lyric. That's why I was telling you, like, because I could hear Fairy Tale doing what you just said, Uncle. I could see it going. Mandolin.
I originally wrote it for pop. I wrote it as a pop song.
Okay. I
And
can
then
see that.
it wasn't clicking, and then I let it sit for almost a year, and then I started like it went the other way. And then it just started. I
Yeah.
started thinking country. I was experimenting with it, and I was like, oh wait, it just fell into country.
You guys know how once your kids get to a certain age, they start telling you what they want to be. Well, a
Yeah.
song's the same way.
Yeah. It's just, yeah.
And we got to learn to listen once we
That's
we
right.
have all these plans for it going into the studio, but somewhere during the developmental stage, it'll start talking to us as much as we're talking to
That's
it
right.
if we know how to listen. So
Yeah.
like any good parent, like any good creator, because that's what a parent is, you have to go in and you got to start listening to what your kid's telling you, what it's wanting to be. So as a good parent, you have to help it achieve that to its best potential.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
And so I love what both of y'all do. Y'all remember that song UB40 put out Red Red Wine?
Yeah.
Definitely.
That was before Vic's time, but that was
I
a huge,
was about 10. I remember when that came out.
but that was a massive hit globally.
Big
But
hit.
did you ever hear the first version of it?
No.
It was the most
Okay.
god awful country song you ever heard in your life.
Yeah, no, they added that reggae twist to it, right?
Yep. They
Yeah.
took it and
I
completely
couldn't hear it
revamped
any
it.
other
It was-
way.
Yeah.
yeah. But
That's
that
crazy.
first one though, that first one was horrible. Like horrible. It was so bad. Horrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I dig your style. I like your music. I'm
Yeah.
totally
Well,
into it. Your voice is great.
I think you'll like Just Go if they play that one. I think you'll
All
like
right. I'll stop
Shout out to
talking.
Missy.
More music, less talk.
Let's do it. Shout out to Miss Missy out there, all the work she's doing with the Sergeant Two Step Festival on the ground today. Shout out to you, Miss Missy Wilson. I see you. Hashtag Tribe, Two Step Tribe Festival. She's hard at work. Missy Wilson in the house, along with Tribe. I see you over there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Keep tuning in. Keep sharing. We've got more coming at you. I do have Just Go geared up for you, Victoria Tyler. Here, as you mentioned, the direction that you were going with your music. Let's grab that while we've got the people in here, and let's hit them with Just Go. Just Go by Victoria Tyler. Let's check it out.
Wait, this is not the version.
That's not it.
Let me see. Which
Say,
does that say?
Just Go, final master on the MP3. This is
Um,
Victoria Tyler.
I think maybe that's right. Let me see if that was the right one. I think that's right. Let's go for it. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
We're gonna ride or die, ladies. Hold on to something.
I can take you to Ticket too. You want me to
I
take you
think,
to Ticket?
I think there's piano on that first one. I think
But
that's right.
let's go with your initial of what you have in here, and let's continue that song with Just Go or
Yes.
Ticket. Ticket. You want Ticket?
I just let me just really just look at that the one the file I gave you. Let me just it should start with.
I'm
Yeah,
at the
that
age,
is right.
ladies, where I like to go ahead and just poke it with a stick and see what
I was
happens.
going
Let's
to
just no, that's right. That's right. It's if it said just go that's what's due on the second one because that's unless you want can I just really quickly send you a different file?
no.
No, then oh no, just go I can't.
I would go. Do you want to go with Ticket?
Let's just do Ticket then. Yes.
Let's
Because
go
I
with
don't-
Ticket. Explain Ticket, the
Okay.
name of that song for them.
Yes.
And just let them know that that version of your song Just Go, you want a different version. So
It's
on your
just
follow-up interview.
The only thing, that's the only version. That was not the final mastered version. So,
Okay. That's
Well,
okay.
this song Ticket, was this inspired because you were speeding?
No, but I should have because I got my first speeding ticket about a month ago, which is funny. But Just Go. First of all, Just Go. Anybody can listen to. That's it's out. It's on my Spotify. It's on any streaming app. It's on YouTube. It's everywhere.
Just so y'all know, ladies, that all of your stuff that's on Spotify, that I both for Sheri as well as Victoria Tyler, you guys are officially being added to the Spotify tribe playlist. So we've got
Hey.
and I believe, if I'm correct, drum roll, please, y'all will push us to our first 24 hours of solid music.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that's where everybody needs to go to listen to Just Go.
Mm.
Let's do it.
Go over
Let's
there.
go.
So that's over there. This song, Ticket Out of Town, is my next single. It comes out in a couple of weeks. And it is about, it's a country song too. And it is about a person who just can't seem to escape some like her past, he or she, and just wants to move on, but can't seem to shake what keeps following him or her, and just is trying to get out of town.
You're right. And so Victoria Tyler, tell them the name of that song again. I'm going to go ahead and play it.
So this is Ticket Out of Town.
Ticket Out of Town. That is what we're playing right now for Victoria Tyler. Just Go is out. You can check that out. It is a great song. It's already out there. So it is the right one in here. I think you just want your final master that you didn't have in here. So
if it is the right version, then you can play that instead. I'm just, is it either one you can play?
Let's go with Ticket, ladies.
Let's go.
Let's go with Ticket.
Ticket Out of Town.
I have a reason. I think this is the right one.
Here we go. Ticket Out of Town.
Yeah, come on.
Atop a marquee, my dreams were always based on what little I thought of me, but they cast that spotlight in my eyes and tracked my every move until I crumbled with nothing left to lose but everything to prove. I walked right in, let the door close tight behind my back. Didn't know it wasn't free to change to a different track, and I can't afford the price, never been anywhere but down, so I'm working night and day to get that ticket out of town. But this place is no better, I now can see. I wanted somewhere I could slip into a sea of clones of me, but even through the haze you caught my gaze, drew me back into the open, smothered me with thunder and praise. I walked right in, let the door close tight behind my back. Didn't know it wasn't free to change to a different track, and I can't afford the price, never been anywhere but down, so I'm working night and day to get that ticket out of town. All I wanted was a life I could create, wipe the slate, turn the page, clear what the world saw as my fate, hit reset, reject that bet, maybe then I could begin to forget. I walked right in, let the door close tight behind my back. Didn't know it wasn't free to change to a different track, and I can't afford the price, never been anywhere but down, so I'm working night and day to get that ticket out of town. And even if the next place ain't the one for me, I'll keep moving, keep searching, till my life's not built around that ticket out of town.
Hey,
There we go. Ticket Out of Town. So,
girl, you need to put the sync glasses on that one. Doesn't that sound like a theatrical movie? Like you can see the chick, she's like getting out of ticket out of town, and that's like the theme of the movie. Some movie that's out there. That thing should be on a movie. That should be a movie score.
Yeah.
That absolutely, that's very thinkable, and she knows a guy, Mr. Barry Coughing, that's all over that type of thing.
Well, I have a
should get-
distribution, promotion distribution thing with a label now who's supposed to be working on that. So I mean, we'll see. But, well,
Well,
There you
thank-
go.
it can be
Boom.
anybody. It's not exclusive, so I mean, anyone could be working on that.
Yeah. When it comes to sync licensing, it don't hurt to flirt.
Yeah.
Don't.
So that one, that's funny because I recorded that one in Nashville with Dallas Jack, who's one of my producers, and I did it there, and I'm singing, and he's like, "Dude, sing it more, give it everything you got, more." And I'm like, "This is how I sing," you know. And he's like, "More." And so this is the first time. So I did the choruses, I did it, and I did it, and I came out, just did finish, and he liked it and everything. I'm like, okay. And I took it home and I played it for people, and they're like, that doesn't sound like you. And it didn't, because like I can sing bigger, you know, I can sing more country, I can sing bigger. And I was like, that's not me. It's like, because I know, cause it was funny because I played it for my mom and she's like, is that you? Because like I can do it bigger, like Carrie
How
Underwood.
did Mama do?
You know, it's like, it like really, my mom was like, that doesn't sound like you. And I was like, no, it doesn't. And I went back to him and I was like, we have to redo these verses because he didn't know my voice. This is the first song I did with him. And I was like, I can't do this because that's not, because he wanted me to be like Shania Twain, go in there and like own this. I'm like, that's not this character. This character's not going in there being like, I wanted to slip it into a sea of clones of me like Shania Twain, you know, or something. She's not like big and powerful. This girl's like, she's softer, you know.
So,
And so I actually went and that's why some people, I mean, I might get criticized a little by this is like, I'm not like owning and like, but it's on purpose. Like I purposely made the verses like quieter and less punchy, you know, because this is a girl who doesn't want to be noticed.
Yes.
And like, so
cool.
it was funny because I went back and he's like, oh, okay. There's a real, yeah. And so I think the choruses were good, like the way I did them, but yeah. So that's, if you notice, it was like, yeah. So that's what it's supposed to be. Like,
I like it, Victoria. I like where it had the punch in it. I think that I think it's a great idea, Songwriters over there. Yeah, I do see that ticket out. Yes, I see that as a syncable piece. I'm glad you are working with some of Victoria. I'm glad we're all within this same community. As we're getting closer to our time here, Uncle Rhino, I'm letting you drive and pick us up here. Because what I do have in here is Songbird Sheri. You also sent me some other ones too.
oh, good.
And so I want to make sure that we're taking care of and going back and forth and getting to know you both. And
Yep.
I'm letting Uncle Rhino tell me what
I want to grab two more of Cherie's. In full disclosure, Shania didn't sound like Shania. So after Shania broke up with Mutt Lang, she didn't sound like Shania anymore. So I don't know what that's supposed to sound like when people say.
That
we
song,
want-
the other version of that had me sounding like, you know, let's go, girl. You know, what was that? What's that one? Go, let's go, girl.
I bet you can do it though, Victoria.
You feel like a woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, I feel like a woman. It sounded like
Yeah.
that. You're doing Ticket Out of Town, and I was just like,
Yeah.
that's not her. You know, it's so
Yeah.
funny. That's how interpretation. You know, you can
Mhm.
change it so much, and the whole feel of the song can change. You know,
100%.
but then like that's not that character. It wouldn't fit the lyrics. You know,
Yes.
Right.
yeah.
That's somebody chasing a niche, not making one. And that ain't nothing on the guy. I mean, props to him,
Yes.
you know. But know what you got and then drive that, build that, amplify that to be its maximum potential. And that'll be the only one of that of its kind, you know.
Disney
And
Princess.
I think the potential, Victoria, is that actually that is your voice. Every one of those notes you hit, every bit of it, ironically, that's your voice. Even though you were saying it didn't sound like you, it came out of you.
So
So
that's what I mean. I
you
changed
have
it.
such a range and a vocal ability that you really can. And I have to say this happened to me for the first time, Uncle Rhino. We were both in NOLA and I'm standing there and I can't remember if you were standing by me. Someone looked at me and said, well, what are you? What lane? And I didn't know how to answer either, Victoria. And I remember looking over and I did not answer. I thought it was you, Uncle Rhino. And I think you said Americana or whatever the day feels like or whatever Jesus says. Who knows?
I wish we didn't have to. There
You're gonna
didn't
get
have to
tired
be.
of those every kind of song.
Doesn't.
Yeah, but there has to be another.
I had Uncle Rhino actually answer because it kind of.
Sometimes people just ask me something stupid and then I'll turn around and give them a stupid answer because I like it.
Well,
Yeah.
but like Sheri answering that is not a stupid question.
No.
It is a question for when it's someone like me. I don't know, because I go all over the board.
I wasn't talking about what Sheri said when you
Oh, I
hadn't
know.
got up and sung yet, and people come up and they just start
Yeah.
trying to pigeonhole stuff like that. When you hadn't got up and performed, that's usually somebody that doesn't know enough to know that they don't know enough.
Yes.
So,
They don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I mean,
agree.
it is what it is. We about to eat up Sheri's clock here. I want to get some Sheri Swartz music going.
Okay.
We've got
Sheri,
two. What have we got on deck?
Sheri, you've got
Yeah.
Say I Love You, God I Love You. That is what I have in here.
All right. You know what? So this is let's do God I Love You. That's my newest song. It's going to be on my album. No one's heard it yet in the entire planet but you guys right now. So I'm going to like, hey, this is kind of fun. So it's a country. So y'all, my album is funny. We're talking about this real quick. I'm just going to tell you, I've got everything from bluegrass to country to contemporary Christian, like you've heard, to I just kind of took myself out of myself and said, hey, it's my album. I'm going to do what I want. And I like bluegrass. I like country. I like this. And I turned it all into this posh that I hope people will receive. And one song will hit somebody and another song they'll hit, pass it on by. But this one is my latest that I just finished that I really love. I love it a lot.
I love this, Sheri. Say the name again, because I like for people to remember what they're listening to.
God, I Love You.
There it is. There it is. I'm going to play this for you right now, live, two-step drive. First time.
First time. Let's go.
First time. Here we go. Let's check this out.
Trials will come, times I feel like I am done, can't take no more. Then I read your word, my spirit begins to stir. That's when I know for sure you're holding me close, and I'm not alone. God, I love you. God, I love you. God, I love you. And I know you love me too. I can do all things. Your mighty love gives me strength when I am weak. I know you carry me. You forgive me for my sins time and time again. If I don't put you first, nothing's going to last. God, I love you. God, I love you. God, I
Talk about getting in the groove of a song. That was just, yeah.
Getting in the groove, checking in on everybody on the other station over there, loving it. Hashtag tribe is flying around. Loving the groove. Yeah, bless you, Sheri, for what you were doing. I agree. That is Chief. We've got Chief here working hard as well. So within our tribe, I like that one. So when does that come out?
October 2nd.
Okay.
It'll be on the album For Jesus and Mama.
For
Jesus and Mama.
Mama. That's the song right there. For Jesus and Mama. Oh my goodness. So for Jesus and Mama, and as we're winding up here on Two Step Tribe on the clock here with the radio station and the network, Uncle Rhino, I am asking you about closing up shop here on Two Step Tribe, wrapping up with Victoria and Songbird Sheri in this episode. You want to close with a song, or would you like to get some talk in?
Well, I would very much like to relay to the listeners my personal impression of Sheri, working with her and watching what she's doing. I'm a big advocate of lifting up all the other organizations and entities that are trying to stand and that are doing beautiful work. So often they're in little nooks and crannies and places and regions where people don't see them at a larger scale. And I saw Sheri do something absolutely beautiful in New Braunfels, Texas. And like I said, the tribe showed up. There was quite a few of us that moved in out there to come see it firsthand. They came to support, and everyone took away, a beautiful impression of Sheri and what she was doing. And we all collectively had agreed we're all in to support her as far as she wants to go with this. And simultaneously, we were proud to have her as a member of the tribe as well. And then pivoting over, thank goodness for LA and Boston, because they gave us the beautiful Victoria Tyler. And I will tell y'all, just her parallel parking skills alone, guys, makes y'all want to be her friend. I saw her right in the middle of the French Quarter, whip her vehicle, her big old rental car. She whipped it in, and the college boys were stunned. And I think I saw some of the young college girls, though slightly inebriated. I do believe they were building an altar to Victoria Tyler. Yes, because no one had ever seen a miracle like that before. She slid up in there like Starsky and Hutch. Okay.
Yeah, it was a work of beauty.
It was.
Half an inch away.
It was nothing but net. I saw it. Just the car was just like popped right in there. And I was like, yeah, I was walking off under my breath saying I could have done that, but I was walking off real fast. Yeah. So you guys are both brilliant. You guys both, you were talking about the writing and the different paths, and Sheri's had a lot of hard hits in her career and in her life. And so have you, Vic. And I think, I believe, and I say it all the time, the truest songwriters are born with a broken heart. And to be able to work with other songwriters, you have to have it broken again. And so I think that's why you guys are going to be so invaluable to what we're doing for all the rest of them coming up, is because we're doing it together. We're lifting them up together. We're teaching them and mentoring them together. And I couldn't think of two finer people to welcome into what we're doing and just tell you we appreciate you and we're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I haven't experienced such a more welcoming group of people, and just the aura around you all, and you two, Tracy, I made you guys walk. I'm like, my car's right here. I can take you. Their car was coming. Okay. They were about to their Uber was a few minutes away. I'm like, well, I'm taking my car anyway. It's right here.
It's okay. It's 100 meters creeps. I'm even wearing their hats. So they're getting all kinds of advertising right now.
I'm like, and then 15 minutes later, we're still looking for my car. Up and down. I'm like, it's here. I promise it's here. I'm like running. I was like mortified that they missed the band.
Because they are part of our foundation, Victoria. They are very close to us, good people, sweet people. So do not sweat over that. That happens so that we could meet. That happens so that we could get to know you better, and that we will connect. You and I will connect a lot more.
Thank you. guys.
Songbird Sheri, I can't wait to connect with you. And I really do hope that we can pull you in for the Sergeant Two-Step Festival on September 27th.
I plan on being there. I plan on giving
Yeah.
everything I can. So good Lord willing, I will be there, and the brain holds up and we're all good.
You got to bring Mr. Wayne. He's going to be there, right?
Oh, he's got to be there. Yeah, he'll be there. He'll be
That's
there.
that's my new BFF. We
Is that
partners.
the other
right
half? The other half
Yeah.
is Wayne? Okay.
He'll
All
get
right.
a thrill out of that shout out, let me tell you. But I just
Okay.
want to quickly just tell y'all both, I second what she just said. In the instant that we connected Uncle Rhino over the phone before just pitching the idea, my heart was drawn to you, and my heart was immediately, it was correct. And everything that I thought, everything that I hoped, and everything that was. And I look forward to a long lifetime of friendship with you, and you as well. And you as well, my new friend and Songbird yourself. So I feel honored tonight that y'all took the time out to even consider me for this moment. And I'm honored to be a part of this. I really am. Thank you.
Well, aside from just the physical challenges, because Sheri, you've had a lot of medical things that would have taken a lot of lesser people down, and you stood up and you kept moving. We also took unfortunate attacks from people, and and all we were trying to do was something noble and good for free to lift people up. And so, when you carry the light, you're going to be attacked by the shadows. That's the way it works. And you and I talked about it on the phone, and I do get mad sometime. And when I get mad, I can fuel a small city. But that being said, we decided to square up and keep going forward. And you had a sold out event that smoked anything I've seen in a while. And it was a glowing success. And you can't argue with success, can you?
You can't. It was good. It's good stuff. Thank you.
Good stuff. Very, very good. All that clapping and all. Love it. We love it here at Two Step Tribe. We're glad to have you with us. We do have someone in Tribe saying, we believe your car was with Kyle. We have an inside joke.
Kyle had it.
We have an inside joke that we're always missing Kyle. There's a Kyle that we cannot find. So, Victoria, we're just going to say your car was with Kyle.
Yeah. Kyle is the incredible drummer for Delta Circle. He's incredible, beautiful guy. But we always he works harder than any three people. So a lot of times in the off hours when we can get the band on, a lot of times we haven't been able to get Kyle. So that was been a running joke. Is where's Kyle? Where's Kyle?
No, if the car had been there, it would have been boring. So,
Well, you find out really who you're riding with when you're not in a Cadillac, but when you're in a Granada and the wheel falls off. That's when you really find out who you're riding with. And that was a perfect example right there. Walking around, taking a nickel tour of the wrong garage. That's where we really got to know each other.
No, Tracy, you were so understanding. And that's where I understood who I was dealing with, really wonderful people. So thank you so much for.
Well, to both of you, thank you for being here at Two Step Tribe. Songbird Sheri, can't wait to see you in person here soon. Miss Victoria Tyler, you're obviously welcome to join us when we have our festival and anything else we're doing. I'm going to be in touch in regards to your special edition that we will do in your story. So we would get your story out like that. So we do like to do that. We have another station where we get into the truth about what's going on out there with people and see what we can do one person at a time, one story at a time. So with one mission with music, we can all do that. So we're going to say goodnight tonight on Two Step Tribe here. Uncle Rhino and I will be back to you real soon. Stay tuned to Sergeant Two Step Festival out there. You'll start seeing a lot of information floating out there, a lot of things being thrown. Check it out. Look at it. Pay attention. That's the tribe. So we're going to say goodnight. Thank you, Miss Victoria Tyler. Thank you, Miss Songbird Sheri. And I can't wait to see you. I know I'll see you soon. Victoria, again, you're welcome anytime here, anything we're doing. If you want to make the trip, you're more than welcome to join us. Shout that out to everybody out there. We're still building upon everything. You want in, you better hurry, though. We are being flooded And we're blessed for that. We're happy, but jump, because it's already jumping from. So again, on Two Step Tribe tonight, Uncle Rhino, Tracy Two Step, we're glad that we could have you both in here. Victoria, Tyler, Songbird Free. Everybody, remember to take care of each other. One song, one mission at a time. We're signing out here on Two Step Tribe. One moment.
This has been a Patriots Inside the Wire production. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Two Step Tribe, where you, the viewer, are always the rock star of this show. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and share. We cannot do this without you. Your uncle says so, and you are loved and appreciated. Sergeant Two Step, sign us out. Let's load up and roll out.